late, but I was tuned in on something for a minute, and I said, okay. I said I'm gonna do this video first, and I'm gonna wait till these people over here finish their video, and then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do that video next. But I want to wait till they get finished with their live so I can, kind of show you. I can like, oh wow, it should be wild, bro. It'd be wild. I can show you what the what the Africans, what they really feel about us. What they really feel. Like they live right now, and they saying it, and you like, and I'm reading the comments. I was gonna comment and throw out something, but I said, nah. I said I ain't even gonna do that. I said I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till they done, and then I'm gonna do a reaction to their reaction of O'Shea Duke Jackson. You feel me? Like they trying to, be on him, like and they talking trash about us though. They talking trash about FBA, Black Americans. You feel me? Like I said, man, I didn't even know y'all felt this way. Really, to tell the truth, like I don't really care, but at the same time, we this is why we delineating. This is why right here because y'all saying the way y'all feel because y'all always felt like this. And it's like it's just mind blowing. It's like mind blowing, and it's like yeah, I got to get my people hip to what they be saying about us. What's up with it, man? They out of control with that shit. I ain't gonna. Hey, I said, man, I said, boy, I said, oh, this how y'all feel about us? You feel me? Like you see them in the chat just talking major crap. I said, okay, that's why when I be doing these lives, I never could understand why, a lot of people be going in on them, but now I see why. See, this is why. I understand why. But, we exhausted with y'all bull, all right, with everybody's bull. Like we as Black Americans, as FBA, we just y'all we exhausted, bro. We don't got time for all y'all bull no more. We ain't like it's gonna be a while. What's up with it, pot? It's gonna be after a while. We not even gonna have nothing to say. We just gonna get quiet on you. You feel me? And we gonna just move and we gonna move and it's just gonna be a quiet storm. Period. That's all I'm saying. We gonna get real quiet on y'all and we're gonna cut you all the way off. That's just what it is. But I like I was what got me into this part right here is because there's a lot of things that us as black people, like as FBA, that we went through on like jobs, you feel me, in the workforce, just being out in public, period. You feel me? And like people, with their racism and all the different things they be doing, bro, we tired. We tired. Like we not tired to the point like back then we would like kind of keep it pushing and not say nothing. But no, bro, we speaking up on everything now. No, no, no. We're not holding ain't no holding back. I said, and I understand why a lot of us be angrily talking mess. Like this is why. This is why. Because we fed up. We fed up. We don't have to be quiet no more because we can't say nothing. Y'all call the police on us or some old boy. You know what y'all be doing. You know what people be doing like to us. But we don't gotta stay quiet no more. So we're speaking up. So that's what this about. We're gonna jump into this video. Make sure y'all like it. You feel me? Share it. If you ain't subbed up, sub up to the channel because we gonna keep this thing going. What's up with it? What's up? What's up? What's up with everybody, man? Let's go on and just dive in.
Today, I want to address a topic that is often overlooked but incredibly important, and that's the experiences of Black professionals in predominantly white companies. Working in such an environment can be exhausting, and systemic racism that Black professionals face can take a toll on their mental health, career progression, and overall sense of belonging in the workplace. Unfortunately, this is not a new issue, and the
Not
experiences of
new.
Black professionals have been documented for decades. Yet progress towards creating a more equitable and inclusive workplace has been really slow. So, what can Black professionals do about the systemic racism they face? Here are a few suggestions. First of all, it's important to acknowledge that you are not alone in your experiences. Seek out other Black professionals within your company and industry and create a support network.
A lot of times it don't be a lot of us in there. See, and it's wild because even when it is, and you get to speaking about these things, people kind of distance themselves from you because they don't want to lose their job.
Share your experiences, discuss your challenges, and offer each other support and advice.
I mean,
Next,
I just went through this on the job I was just working, and and we were talking about different things, the pay and other things. I'm telling you, when we start bringing it up, man, people start getting ghost on you. They will get ghost because they don't want to be they don't want to get fired. They don't want to lose their job. So it's like, dang, bro, it's like, but hold on, it's us against them. And it's like, but they'll choose the side of the ones that's running the job. And it's like, I never could understand that in the first place. Cause I thought like when we all get together in the job and we working, it's about us. Like we're doing our job. Like, why do we have to make it easier for the ones that are, running the place? Like we'll get on their side and we'll go against each other on the job. And it's like, it never made sense to me. It never made
don't
sense
be
to me.
afraid to speak up when you encounter racism or bias. This can be difficult, but it is important to advocate for yourself and for others. Educate yourself on the issues and arm yourself with knowledge so that you can confidently
It's not
challenge
that easy,
racism
bro.
when you encounter it.
It
Seek
like when you on the other side of the fence, it's easy to say it. But I guarantee you, if me and him was on the job and I brought it to him and I said, "Hey, man, look, can you?" It's gonna be like, "Well, you're gonna have to deal with that yourself." You feel me? Because I'm not trying to lose my job too.
out mentorship or sponsorship from senior leaders within your company. They can offer valuable insights and guidance on how to navigate the
Exactly.
workplace and can advocate on your behalf for opportunities, growth, and development. Finally, consider advocating for change within your company. Use your voice to push for diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Share your experiences with company leadership and encourage them to take action to create a more inclusive workplace. This
But that's the thing, right? Like I'm gonna say it again. Once you go about doing that, the ones that's down here with you, they didn't put their family and their friends already in this position. So all they gonna do is push you out. Man, I just went through this, and like one of the well, it was one of the black dudes at work. He was like, "Well, why didn't you still do it?" Like, cause it was something that I wanted to do, and then a position that I was gonna go for, and everybody already knew. But like I said, they put one of their people in. I wasn't hating or nothing. I just was like, "Oh, I see how it is." You feel me? Like even when I came in and I started talking about it, everybody, kind of got quiet and was like, "Well, he tapped the other dude on the shoulder, like, nah, hit that position. It ain't open no more. Because they put their people in before us. And like when I look around, I only see if I see this position is filled by mainly this type of people and only one of us in there. What do that tell you? That like it says a lot just right there, and I'm like going, nah, it's cool,
can be done
it's
through
cool,
employee resource groups, diversity
it's
councils,
cool.
or individual conversations with leaders. The experiences of Black professionals in predominantly white companies can be incredibly exhausting, but there
It
are
is.
steps that can be taken to address systemic racism. Seek support from others, speak up when you encounter racism, seek out mentorship, advocate for
Like,
change, and work together. We can create a more inclusive.
no, you can't. When you already building it around your people, like that's the one thing that I noticed, even about us as blacks. Like when we get in a high position, right? This is what's crazy, and people start filling out, trying to apply for positions lower than us. We get the people that we feel like is, that can do that job. We don't look at it as like, oh no, I'm gonna let my homeboy in, or I'm gonna let this person. No, we get the person that is qualified for the job. Y'all don't do that shit. Y'all don't do that. Y'all hire y'all people. And like somebody just said in the chat, like, yeah, he hired his son. put the son in the position, and then they start messing up stuff, and then next thing you know, then they be turning to you to fix it.
I have never in my life had to post a video like this. And to say that I am angry would truly be an understatement. I am feeling so many different emotions right now. I cannot even put them into words. Today, my boys and I went to church, had an amazing worship service, and then after church, my son decided that he wanted to go to lunch. We went to lunch, and then I needed to stop at the store. We stopped at the store, and then I decided to stop and get gas at Luke's gas station, right like on the border of Indiana and Chicago, like right off of Indianapolis Boulevard, if anybody is familiar with that area. So majority of the pumps were not operating. So the gas station was extremely busy because everyone was waiting on a pump. And so because I knew it was getting ready to start raining and pouring down, and I needed to get my youngest to school in the morning, I'm like, I need to just wait it out. So I was facing this way. There was a young lady facing this way. She was almost done with her pump. And so I
Yeah,
said, okay,
along
I'll
with it,
just
I'm trying
wait
to
it
give her
out.
time.
And so I waited a
You know
few
how
minutes.
females explain sometimes.
But then
They gonna break it all the way
someone
down.
in her
It's
car
like,
needed to go inside the gas station and get something. So we were continuing to wait and wait. Finally, they were done. But during this time, a white vehicle pulled up behind her. And I'm like,
yeah,
this, I just start praying in my head, like, God, just not, do not let this go left, because I have been sitting in this vehicle with my kids and I just want to get gas and go. And so I'm like, they clearly see that I'm sitting here, and I'm sitting here for a reason, because I need to get to this pump. And as soon as she pulled off and I started to pull up, they immediately pull forward. And so I'm pulling up and they're pulling forward, almost to the point where they hit my vehicle. Thank God that they did not. And so I politely let my window down and I say, hey, I have been sitting here waiting for this pump. As you see,
we,
it's really packed. He looks at me and he says, oh, well, I really don't care. Now, anybody can see that I am a African American female. He was a white male. And so I said, excuse me? He says, well, I really don't care. I'm not moving. Okay. I immediately just feel a sense of rage, to be honest, because I have my kids in the car. He can't see my kids at this point, the way my truck is, like they're in the back. And so what I presume to be his wife in the front seat, she is just laughing. I mean, like laughing hysterically. So at this point, we're both kind of just sitting here. And so there are other people around. And so there was a very nice black man who says, you know what, ma'am, don't even feed into his ignorance. I will stay at my pump because I'm done. And I will make sure that no one comes to this pump, because I've seen how long you have been sitting there. I will not move until you're able to come around and get my pump. I said, thank you. Thank you so much. I get in my truck, I pull around. So at this point, I'm on the other side of where this ignorant person is at.
They do
So
this
I get
type of
around
stuff.
there, and by the time I get around there, the
Like
man,
I had it happen here with it was an Indian guy, which it blew my mind because like I'm in the turning lane, like you know how the middle of the road, right? The middle of the road, it's like that's the turning lane, on some streets. So I go in the middle to make my left hand turn. Man, this dude, man, like I'm waiting for all the cars to go by. He gonna pull up and pull right in front of me, and then gonna tell me to move out the way. I said, man, hold on, I'm turning here. So, he started, kind of going off. So I just put my car in park and just sit back and just sat there. So he was like, started talking shit. Then he went to climb out his car. I was like, okay, yeah, now, okay, I got you. As soon as I step out my car and get ready to step out, he climbed back in his car and he went around and hurried up and tried to drive off. But then when man, he called me so many N words. I was laughing like a motherfucker. I said, yeah, say that shit in your car though. You feel me? You ain't gonna say it. You ain't gonna. I bet you didn't get out that car. When he got ready to get out that car, I was, hey, I'm out with you. What you want to do? Hey, he hurried up and drove off. I said, yeah, he called me every N word in the book. I was laughing like, well, hey, look, that don't get me angry no more. But she's taking too long with this story. Like
it says,
she took
just
too long to pull up
don't,
to.
the nice black man says, just don't even worry about it. Okay. So by this time, the other
Run his
people have noticed
background.
what he has done. And now his wife and what I presume to be maybe their son are just laughing hysterically, like, this is funny. This is a joke to them. Which is also upsetting me is because I pride my son, my oldest son, on being respectful, on being a
Yeah, hey, that'd be crazy though, because I said that's one thing that we do. We pride our kids in being respectful and stuff like that. And then when they go out into the world, stuff like this happen. You feel me? Stuff like this happen right here. And then, what do you say? It's like, no. Now start flashing. They disrespect you, you better whoop their ass. Like, period. Period. But I got you, sister. You feel me? You taking too long. We gotta go to the
Imagine you
next
bust your
one.
ass to get a project done and then somebody comes in, snatches it out of your hand, takes credit, and then calls you lazy. That's how Black Americans feel in this country when it comes to the diaspora. Because the diaspora seems to have this rhetoric that Black Americans are lazy. And because of that, I just want to give a quick history. We're going to take a place like New York. My family is from the South, but they migrated to New York. But we're going to give a history about what most Black Americans from the
Yeah.
South did to get to the North.
And
So,
that be the thing, right? That's what I feel like. Like when something like that is going on, like we like, especially if we see it's a sister, like even if it's a brother, it don't matter. If it's one of us, bro, we gotta speak up. We gotta speak up and not let these people do this. Cause I would have grabbed that pump, been like, you ain't pumping nothing. You feel me? Hey, I'm gonna be standing here holding this gas. You go pay for it. I'll squirt all of it on the ground. You're not doing this. That's what's not gonna happen. Like these people be
Black
thinking they can just
Americans
do it
from
and
the
we ain't gonna
South,
say nothing.
specifically South Carolina, Georgia, they obviously started the civil rights movement. There was no diaspora. The civil rights movement was started from Black Southern Americans. And so all of the labor from getting spit on to being arrested to being bombed, being killed, losing their children, all of
Yeah.
that came from Southern Black Americans. And the crazy thing is, Black people didn't just
Well,
benefit from that. Asian people benefited, the Irish benefited, the Italians benefited, all of these people who were discriminated against in America and not considered white benefited from the fight of poor Black people in the South. And
and,
so,
and that's the crazy thing about it. That's why I can't understand like that the Africans or any immigrants would be talking mess about us. And then when we talk back, they make it seem like we whitewashed. It's like, man, if you don't get out of here with that, like I'm whitewashed because I'm calling you out on your bull. I'm whitewashed. It's like, man, no, you're whitewashed for even looking at me the way you look at me. They taught you to look at me like that, and that's how you look at me. Your whole family, that's how they do. Ours don't do that. But
Once
when
the
we
civil
call it out,
rights
it's a
was
problem. It's like,
enacted
man,
and we were able to mobilize,
will piss
most
you
Black
off.
Americans migrated from the South to places like Chicago, New York, Philly, all of
Hmm.
the popular northern cities. And so most of the men who were um, from the South, they got into construction and eventually they got into unions. And these were fair paying, good paying jobs, regardless of what was going on. But what happened with that is the Italian mafia or the mob, whatever you want to call them, they took over the unions. They um, made them extremely fraudulent and they pushed out everybody Black because Black people are not allowed to have a piece of the pie. And so people like my grandfather were forced to go without jobs or have jobs under the table because they can no longer get fair compensation, fair wages. They can no longer get into the construction fields that they were into when that's
Yeah,
what
and they
allowed them
called
to
them
thrive in
working
New
on.
York. And so
That's
because
crazy. So the mob took over the unions and all that. Like, that's wild.
most Black Americans owned homes or even rented homes, but they had homes in places like Queens and Brooklyn. But what happens in the 70s is project housing or public housing opens up and it's marketed to Black people as if it's something that gives them affordable living. It's affordable in a place that is extremely expensive. And so essentially,
So,
Black people moved to projects because they were supposed to be affordable communities, giving them a piece of the pie. And I hate the rhetoric about projects because projects did not always start out as something negative. Crack in that epidemic turned the projects into something negative, but that's a whole nother history. But it obliterated the Black community. But it was
yeah, they always trying to mess up our community. But yeah, that's how my son ride out here. He stays scrapped, armed security and shit.
pushed to the Black community. And so after Black Americans have done all this labor to make a fair living, make sure we have equal rights, make sure we won't be lynched if you are Black or if you look like any one of us. We did all this labor and we still didn't have shit to call for it, but at least we had somewhere to live. And so, what do Black Caribbeans do? Black Caribbeans see all of the labor that we have done and they say, oh no, we're not going to take that and mimic it in our country. We're going to go and step over the people who have built this country and we're going to pretend that they are lazy and they don't work hard enough. And that is so offensive and insulting. It makes no sense. And while I understand the rhetoric that is
Folks is mad.
pushed to the Caribbean culture and just the overall diaspora about
But
Black Americans, specifically Africans, at some point you have to understand that that is a level of ignorance that is solely your doing. You have, if you can educate yourself to become a doctor, you can educate yourself about the culture that you are benefiting from.
no, they don't want to do that because the way that they look at us, they like kind of put us down, but in a sense, they want to be better than us. And it's like we're not trying to be better than you. Like we don't care about what you're doing. They're trying to be better than us. Like so, which don't make sense to me. You trying to be better than us. Like period. So they're not going to look into anything that's going on with us. They don't care. They don't care.
In the backs of people that you are stepping on. Because had it not been for Black Americans being willing to be spit on
It gotta
and
be.
bitten by dogs and arrested and brutalized, you would not be in this country acting like it's the land of the free and the home of the brave. Aligning with white America's depiction of Black Americans is a choice at this point.
Exactly. Because I'm telling you, watch the next video I'm going to do. Y'all going to be like, what the hell? Like, bro, I'm seeing them do a video. They live right now. I can't wait till they get done so I can go and I can show you what they saying, what the Africans are saying in the chat. Talk. I said, y'all talking about, yeah, because you know, the Americans and AYNs and you feel, and I'm like going, RYNs. I said, if y'all, If y'all over there knocking each other off with machetes, y'all destroying your own people badly. A whole country of y'all, and y'all all fighting against each other. Y'all all fighting against each other, and y'all like we don't even compare to what y'all doing to each other. It's not even close. Not even close.
Because there is sole proof of what a Black American has done for this country. And it's extremely frustrating because the diaspora has a cool option. At Cowboy Carter, everybody was happy to be Black. When it's Martin Luther King Day or when Malcolm X is brought up, everybody wants to be Black when it's time for us to celebrate the things that are prideful and the great things that we've done. But when it's time to give us credit for that, and when it's time to say that we have culture, nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to be Black American. When it's time to, when whiteness shows up, nobody wants to be Black American. And so if you cannot respect our culture or the ways that you have benefited from it, it's important that you shut the fuck up.
Hey, I love our young people. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You know, as I love our young people today. All right, I say big shout out to y'all parents who raise these kids like this. Big shout out. That's all I can say. You feel me? Thank you.
It's so exhausting being Black in America. Being Black itself is beautiful, 10 out of 10. But being Black in America, shit is like a sport with no ribbons, no trophies. Cause this intelligent person said he was a Democrat anyways. In response to the Tyler Robinson video I posted yesterday, in which the very, very blatant point of the video was, even though Tyler Robinson was a white man, they still sent bomb threats to HBCUs. Not Utah University, where Tyler Robinson is from and attended. A white man shot someone and killed someone, and they sent bomb threats to Black college universities. And your only takeaway is that the white man was Democrat. It's exhausting. And I truly don't know what's worse. Having white people or people that aren't Black clearly and conveniently miss the point, or having to explain a common sense human being morality point to another human being time and time and time again. But what do you think?
I don't think they human. I don't think they human, bro. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I do not think they human. Cause for one, if you gotta teach a human some common sense, every time I do a live, I say, dang, me trying to tell these people about themselves what they already know, it's draining to myself. Like, I feel like I'm the stupid one because I got to tell you the dumb stuff you're doing. You don't know this dumb stuff you're doing. You know exactly what you're doing. You know what you're doing. That's why you get mad when we say something about it. They know exactly what they've been doing. They've been doing it so long, they know exactly. It's embedded in them. So it ain't like they don't know what they doing. They just like what they're doing because they're really probably not human. They're not human. But okay, I digress. They're not human, bro.
I'm just a white indie author sitting in front of my camera, hoping to find readers that want to hear the white voice. All of my characters in my books are white. I wrote it this way because I have the white voice and I want to spread it. And so that you can learn about white culture and respect white culture. And I think it's really important because the white culture is just crapped on all the time. We hear things like, oh, you don't even have culture. And what is your culture? Just slavery. You know what I'm talking about because you've heard it.
You want us to respect not washing your legs and eating unseasoned food? That's what you're mad about? Being Black is exhausting and having to deal with racism is exhausting. A white lady came online and called a 5-year-old boy the N-word and got all this money. Now all of you racist grifters are out here trying to do what? Make money? We went from Black fatigue to Black privilege, and now this week we're on white people are being discriminated against. To not understand by saying you are a white author and you have a white voice and you're going to...
Hey, think about that though. I'm gonna say it again. Think how dumb we feel telling them what they already know they doing. Like, yeah, it's exhausting. You know what you're doing. Like, I ain't gotta keep telling you.
white people and you're talking
What's up,
about the white
man?
experience, why and how that's
Dallas
racist
Energy.
and how and why that's detrimental to the rest of us
Yeah, make
is,
sure you
is the
like the
problem
video,
in this
guys.
country.
Get the algorithm.
Majority of authors since the dawn of time in America have been white. Almost half this nation is not white, but almost.
Did you hear what he said? The majority of authors over time have been white. And you know what they always tell you? Go read a book. Yeah, because it's they books. They want you to learn their shit, not yours. They want you to learn that that's how you hide stuff from black people. You feel me? You hide it in a book. You not hiding nothing. You putting bull in books, and then you want us to go read it and get your understanding so we can be you. And it's like, nah, stop playing. Stop
all
playing.
of the authors are white. In 2020, the publishing industry entered a moment of more urgency about the persistent lack of racial and ethnic diversity among employees and authors. The industry is disproportionately white, and the canon of published books from trade publishers is overwhelmingly so. According to one analysis, 95% of American fiction books published between 1950 and 2018 were written by white people. While that analysis looks at a broad sweep of time, more recent figures indicate that both the publishing industry and the books it puts out remain disproportionately white. The lack of diversity in the ranks of publishing professionals and in works brought to the market are linked. In a cultural industry like publishing, where subjective interpretations of what constitutes good or marketable literature are a major determinant of what gets published, the whiteness of the industry staff has accompanied.
Exactly. So they controlled it, so they was able to put out their literature, their stuff.
Largely white kind of published authors. Not only is the United States a demographically diverse nation, as of the last census, an estimated 42% of the country are people of color. It also boasts a demographically diverse readership. The National Endowment for the Arts estimates that approximately a quarter of America's regular adult readers are people of color.
So then I think it's safe to say that white people can start asking for support as a white-owned business and a white author with white characters simply because we have been experiencing discrimination in America for years now. Jobs, colleges, scholarships, literary agents. That's discrimination. It's not okay just because it happened to Black people 100 years ago. And I'm not even dismissing what they went through, but anybody my age and a little older and younger has not experienced that.
Newsflash, me and my cousins are the first people in our families born in America with full rights as humans and as citizens. My mother, who is 60, was not born with full rights in this country. This is their new one. White people are being discriminated against because they've never had to share space. And if Black people can say they're looking for Black-owned businesses, Black-owned barbershops, then I'm going to say I'm looking for a white-owned business. Newsflash, all the businesses are white. All the industries are white. All of the schools are white. My reality as a Black man is that I exist within a white country. That is not even a white country. 42% of the people in this country are people of color, but you guys control 90% of everything. When people have never had to share any sense of equity, any sense of responsibility, and you've always been on top, when other people want something and they want to raise themselves up, you guys feel attacked. You feel like you're being attacked, when in reality is nothing's happening to you. You're still in control of the systems of power in this country. A white woman came on TV, came online and called the little 5-year-old the N-word and got all this money. And so now all of you guys are out here looking like grifters.
I'm just.
People wonder why Black women are always angry. You want to know why we always angry? My sister was admitted to the hospital last night. She came in, she had shortness of breath, lightheaded, minor chest pain, and some swelling on her ankles, okay? They do all the things, the EKG, they run all the tests, they do the blood work. They admit her to monitor her overnight. She takes blood thinner, she's a diabetic, all these things. They do an echocardiogram this morning at 9 o'clock. They do a stress test at noon. The doctor came in the room, talked to me for about 2 minutes, very short, abrupt, quickly, nothing. 3-4 hours go by. I'm like, well, is the doctor going to come back and give us the results? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm good.
The nurse is like, well, let me message her. So she sent her a message. The doctor messaged back, well, what do they want me to tell them? The results aren't back. But you steady coming in, giving her medicine and supplements, but you're not telling us for what or why she needs them or what her test results were in the first place to even get them. So I'm like, I don't want to talk to her via text through a second person. Can she just come back into the hospital? This go on for about 3 hours back and forth. She never come back to the hospital. I speak to the director of nursing. He gave me a nice rundown. He's nice, but his shift is getting ready to end. Another hour and a half go by. Oh, the nurse come back and say, well, she's going to be discharged. I say, in what world do nurses discharge patients and not the doctor? I say, how can we be discharged when you were waiting on a second test result that hasn't come back yet? Oh, well, we're still going to discharge her and we'll let her know the test results in the morning. I said, but what if the test results are dire or life-changing? We have to come back. I say, we're not comfortable being discharged until the second result is back. And I'm requesting a different doctor because the one that I have clearly don't want to do her job.
Hey, this is like one of the things that my mom then went through with these hospitals and stuff. Like it's wild that even in there, going through a hospital, you'll be going through, seeing some racist stuff happening in the hospital. Like, but it was worse when she was in Utah, though. I ain't gonna hold you. It was a lot worse. They was giving her no kind of help, like to where she had to move from Utah back to California. But I was like, going, yeah, Utah, the Mormons, I get it, right? I get it. But this happens also. So it's not just and that's wild that you would have racism inside a hospital, bro, where they supposed to be saving lives and helping people. And then we go in there and we gotta go through, this type of stuff.
She got a problem with how we look. So I know a lot of people in the medical field, so I'm asking all the right questions, all the right phrases. I know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm talking to them. And they all looking like they shocked. So we're not comfortable being discharged. We're not going home today, and I want a different attending tomorrow. So here we are. This is 2026. This is the treatment Black people get almost, if not every single time they go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like, and I say I came in here calm, but they don't want that version of me. I say, so from now on now, I'm just gonna come in as an angry Black woman to begin with.
But this is what they want us to do. This the problem, right? Because my mom, soon as she start getting angry and start telling them what they doing, they write in their notes that she's hard to work with. So now every time she goes somewhere, that's what they see. Like they put this in the notes, so anytime they go to another hospital or anything, this is what they see because they're not doing their job, and she's telling them, "Hey, I'm autoimmune. I can't take that. Why are you even trying to give me that? If you read in the notes and say I'm autoimmune, so why are you trying to get that? My body's gonna fight against that. My body is doing this, and explaining it to them, and they still don't want to hear. They still want to, just throw out some meds. Here, take this, try this, and then when you say something and you get mad because they act like they're not listening because they know what they're doing, that's when they really turn up the heat. Now I'm right, oh, she's hard to work with. She's difficult. She's this. And they'll see that in the notes, but they won't see in the notes, she's autoimmune. She can't have these things. These people is crazy.
That way they know they can't play.
Tired of this.
I came in here nice, trying to be timid and respectful.
We
that
tired
shit
of
is out the door
everybody.
when it comes to my sister.
Exactly.
So she's staying another night because I want another doctor to make sure we're okay before we go home.
Right today, it's 2026. They still don't.
Speak up for yourself. Advocate for yourself.
100, and that's it. Speak up for yourself. Advocate for yourself. Like period. Period. You have to, because if you don't, they'll just run over you. Label a person so it won't happen to me. From a work accident, I got duped and left labeled with no care. Man, that's crazy.
Of what Black kids go through in these predominantly white schools. Microaggressions, blatant racism. Racism is just going up. That I don't know whether it's because of Trump is in office or what's making these kids feel more comfortable, bro. I truly do not know.
I think a lot of people think that we're joking when we have the bring back segregation conversation because they don't know how traumatic it is to exist around white people. It is, like, I don't talk about racism a lot, but it is genuinely traumatic. Dealing with racism, dealing with microaggressions, going in the store, people think you stealing the shit, people watching you.
Exactly. Like, just hard on our kids also. Like our kids got to go through it. And then you got these Africans. Oh, y'all don't be on the white people. You a damn lie. We been on them. We been on them. We been on them. We ain't not been on them for they bullshit. We been on them. We gonna stay on them. Period. You feel me? But our kids got to go through this. This is how our kids is coming up. And then we wonder why it's a big disconnect. Like why why our kids is walking around angry. This is why.
Dirty looks. I lived in a white area and I moved to a black area. It's night and day. It's literally night and day. I remember literally at my job, the managers were black. Everybody was black. And
that's how it was for me.
I didn't feel like nobody was treating me no type of way. Like, and I'm just like really emotional about this right now because I'm just thinking about how Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo cannot even be angry that a white person is calling them angry.
Right.
And the whole world is gaslighting them right now, telling them that they're not allowed to be angry. And it's just exhausting.
Yeah, way before
that whole situation is so exhausting, yo. Somebody disrespect you, oh, he got a disability, get over it. Like, it's like, damn, bro, we can't even be a human. We can't even feel emotions. We can't, you know what I'm saying, bro? They don't look at us as humans, bro. They don't.
Look at this photograph. White men standing, arms raised, smiling. They look victorious, relieved, almost celebratory. Behind them, a packed courtroom right here in Greenville, South Carolina, at that building. Men in suits, women leaning forward, faces lit with something between curiosity and satisfaction. This isn't a campaign rally. It's 1947, and these men are about to be acquitted of a lynching. In 1947, Willie Earl, a young black man, was accused of stabbing a white cab driver. There was no trial, no evidence presented, no cross-examination, no waiting. A group of white men, many of them taxi drivers, went to the jail, got Willie Earl out, drove him to the county line, and lynched him. White men were charged. At the time, that was unprecedented in the South. It was a moment where many people saw that there was going to be change. The trial lasted for days. The jury deliberated for hours. And then, not guilty for every single defendant. This photo captures the aftermath of...
They be talking about black fatigue. Boy, these motherfuckers is straight crazy as hell. Yeah, the Black Law Book, my King Oz be always talking about the Black Law Book, bro. Make sure y'all check out his channel. He got a lot of info.
That verdict. The men were allowed to sit with their families during the entire trial. Even avid segregationists like Strom Thurmond, who was the governor at the time, were surprised by the verdict.
1946 wasn't that long ago, y'all. Their kids run this world right now. You know what I'm saying? So the grandkids at least, right? So shit, bro. Okay, this right here is crazy, y'all. A Mississippi man was found dead after telling his mother he was being chased by a group of white supremacists while yelling slurs. Mississippi police said there was no foul play. This was in 2023, but I just found out about this. But black man was found decapitated in Mississippi. This is what is going on, bro? The family of a black man whose dismembered body was found in Mississippi a month after he disappeared last year is now calling for a federal investigation. Rasheem Carter, 20 of what?
Like they still doing the same stuff. Like these people, they get mad when we talk about it, though. When we bring it up to each other, when we bring it up to them, oh, that's not happening. He's a damn.
As a black American, I realized that we are always going to be tired. We are not safe or protected on our own soil, and we are not safe and protected in other countries. And then we become a part of this diaspora with people who look like us. We are beyond tired, and God forbid if we say something, we become the victim, and we're just victimizing our feelings onto others. And I say this because I came across a take from a young lady, and I didn't stitch her because I willfully chose not to stitch her because her comment section was a little too weird for me because her fans were like, oh, because if they stitch you, we're going to defend you, da da da. So I felt a little need to bring that to my page. But what I will say is one of the comments that stood out to me in her section was when someone spoke about how we view Americans in a glass house and we just pull up our chairs to pretty much view them, and they're mad because we should be able to have like an opinion about that. Well, welcome to the glass house that we didn't ask to be a part of. None of us subscribe to this.
Man.
We didn't ask you guys to come to the glass house to watch us. Because we weren't part, we never realized we were part of the glass house to begin with. the saying is beautifully said, but I want to add context to that. You may see a glass house, we see a mirror. See, we see nothing past that mirror. And not to say that Americans aren't educated, because that definitely was one of the takes in the section was we are not educated enough to know what's going on around the world globally, which is very untrue. As somebody who is fascinated with history and love things globally, I am very much up to date with a lot of things. I love it for the fun of it. Like I really love learning about other cultures. I love understanding other cultures, and I love understanding history, because to me everything ties down to the history that has already happened to see where our future is going to lead to. And
I ain't gonna say we need to study law, but like we already know how the laws is like on us and against us. Like that be the wild part to me. So it's like they already have us in it. We already have us in it.
I do not understand, and I want to say this politically correct. I don't want to come off as that asshole American.
A lot of them.
But why do you guys think that we have so much pull in this country? A country that hates us. Like, honestly, this country hates us. And for some reason, you think that we have so much pull, especially when it comes to media, because our take was based off of media and based off of some guy named Jamel's take. I don't know who he is, and I don't know what his take was about. And when it comes to the movie Sinners, and she talked about the Golden Globes and how, you know, is framed as being globally, but only show American work. And I posted in her comment section, maybe you should do a little bit more research and asking yourself, how many Black people are being awarded at these said award shows that is meant for us globally? Because even with that being said, because you're looking from your view of the glass house and then you're not getting the full picture, it says a lot about you too. They love to say that Americans don't know about other cultures and other races, but they tend to don't know a lot about us either.
They know.
Everything that Black American have gotten is because we have actively fought for it. I can count on my hands how many Black people who actually have won awards at big award shows, and we are far from few, especially in times where we.
Hey, you know it's crazy. Like I say, generation must teach the children. We have been teaching them. That's why you see it's a lot of our young people that's speaking up. Like that's not going for a lot of different things. Like we have been teaching our children. That's why things is blowing out of control for them right now. Because our children, the things we taught them, they using it. They using it. And bro, we have been teaching our children.
Oh, for a fact that we should have won.
Playing.
You know how draining that is to know that you should have won something and to watch it be taken away from you? Just like that. For instance, she said something about Sinners and Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan played two people. His performance was breathtaking, innovating, and something fresh coming from Hollywood. And he did not receive an award last week. Because they had to pick and choose between him and another Black guy in two different categories. And we both know they can't have both of them winning at the exact same time. It would just be trouble. And when it comes to art, to me, art is always subjective. And I love conversations about art and creativity. But we as Black Americans are always fighting for those spaces. And I never understand why other countries or other Black people in these spaces don't fight for their right at the table. Like, because we can't.
Exactly, bro. I'm gonna tell you, right? This is the thing that I hate. We need to stop fighting for rights at their table. Because once we get to their table, we got to follow their rules and guidelines. We got to go out and cut down a tree these days and start building our own table. Yeah, like fuck they table. I don't even like when I was locked up, and you seen like when I went to YA, right? Like I didn't understand. Like I understood, but I didn't understand it. When I went to YA and I first stepped to NRCC. We go on the chow, right? You get your plate, you sit down at the table. I seen a dude that was a Sereno, got his plate, he sat down at the table. I seen a dude that was a Norteño, got his plate, and when he got to the table, he couldn't even sit down. Right then, they started fighting because they cannot sit at the same table. And that's us. We can't sit at their table because once we sit at their table, they're going to use us to manipulate our own people. So why do we want to sit at their table? I don't want to sit at their table. I'm cool on that. I'm cool. I don't want to sit at your table.
For out everyone. So like, if you know,
like
and Brit that like you know that you want more British people in movies and shows and stuff like that, why are you not making
exactly.
Why are you not fighting for it? Because here's the thing, Black people in America have been taught to be small their whole life. Their whole life. We are taught by everyone around us and that controls the things that we are supposed to be small. But what we have done in our own community is that we have told ourselves that you have to make yourself visible.
Hey, that's like what she's saying is real though. Like we gotta make ourselves visible. But everything, they always destroyed it. But you know what? We gotta keep building it. Because we gotta keep building it. Because they destroy it in order to stop us from trying. So now we got the mentality that if we build it, they gonna destroy it. No, we got to keep building it, bro. We got to keep doing it. If we stop, now times is changing. Everybody can see everything they're doing. No,
to be in spaces. And for a long time, we used to say that, we have to get a seat at the table. And then we realized that we create our own seat. We create our own table. See how that works? We decided we no longer wanted to share the table with them. And we started to create our own table.
Exactly.
One table at a time. And I need y'all to start creating your own table.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. If it get tore down, we'll build another one. That's us. That's what we do. But we did it. We made it happen. And that's the thing. Oh, I was locked up in a couple of places. Tracy. I was in Tracy for most of the time. Tracy, Avenal, and mainly I was in Tracy for the longest though.
And stop putting blame on Black Americans. And because then when Black Americans say something back to you, it's us being victims. So
why was I like
it's like damned if you do, it's damned if you don't. Like, yeah, it is so tiresome to be a Black American because no matter what we do, what we say, the world is always picking.
Yeah, always.
Even in her comment section, we were told we were uneducated.
For one.
Yet again, we have been told that we don't know where we come from.
For two.
Yet, you single-handedly understand how racism works and how we were abruptly brought here without having documentations on who and where we come from. You guys understand that part, but can't understand why our viewpoint is the way our viewpoint is. It's amazing. It is amazing. I would love to come back in this lifetime to be blissfully ignorant about certain things because I wish that I was able to be ignorant about things when it comes to being Black. I wish I can be just as ignorant as some people can be. What a time that would be. What a time that would be. To be able to feel comfortable enough to decide that a whole race is the default of a country that hates them. Like, it's no other way to say it, that literally hates them. Like, we're the default for a country who hates us because they have decided to market our pain. Wow. What a way to be so ignorant. Blissfully ignorant at that. It just shows that no matter what we do, we are always going to be wrong in everybody's narrative. We're always going to be the villain of everybody's narrative.
So we need to I'm telling you, bro, we got to just start. We got to just be the villain. Fuck them. Fuck them and feed them ice cream. We have to just be the villain. All right. Let them look at us like that. That's what. Okay. That's what we looked at is. Okay. That's what we gonna be. Why not? You feel me? Like Jay-Z said. You feel me? You live long enough to become the villain. They're like that's we gonna be that anyway. No matter what we do, they gonna put us in that category. So why not? Why not? You feel me? Embrace it. Embrace it. Might as well embrace it.
Being black and working in corporate America, specifically being a black woman, is extremely exhausting. And I'm saying that with a smile on my face, but it is extremely exhausting. I have nothing else to say, just that it's extremely exhausting.
Yeah, because you don't want to say, because we be knowing, because this is the thing, right? When we speak on it to ourselves or we speak on it on a platform and the people at the job see what you said, they come back to you and then we're going to have to let you go. You feel me? You're going to either take that video down or we're going to let you go.
Being black in America is exhausting, bro. Being black in America is exhausting, especially in these professional settings and these corporate settings where we always have to be the bigger person.
Yeah,
it's like nobody else is ever the problem.
And this is what they always tell us, bro. This is what we was taught to do, is be the bigger person. Meaning we had to accept everything they were doing. We couldn't say nothing. You know, we'll say something, but we had to accept it and keep on working and for them. And like this is wild, right? Because I had this a minute ago where somebody was saying, oh, he's talking down on the working people. No, I'm not. I never was talking down on the working people. What I said was people get these jobs and then they love the job more than the person that's working with them. You start treating the people bad that's working with you. These are people that has a job just like you, and you start becoming the job to the point to where now, you know, you treating the ones around you bad. And I never could understand that. That's the part of a job that I couldn't understand. Because if you make a mistake, they'll let you go and put somebody else in your place. That's like somebody coming in. Like you telling me somebody come in 7-Eleven, they steal a candy bar, you'll fight and give your life for somebody coming in the store stealing a candy bar. Like we will put our lives on the line for some of these jobs, knowing that if you do one thing wrong, they gonna let your ass go and put somebody else in your place like you wasn't even there. And they gonna erase you from the job. Period, point blank.
Nobody else is ever the problem. We're always the problem. When we respond, we're the problem. If we stand up for ourselves, we're the problem. If we say something back, we're the problem. It's just ridiculous.
So you ain't gotta get ready.
Others are never held accountable. Once you're black in a situation in a corporate space or a professional setting, just know that no matter what, you're gonna be wrong. You're going to be wrong. You're going to be aggressive. You're going to be the troublemaker. You're going to be the distraction. You're going to be wrong. Like the odds are stacked against you. Don't even try, bro. Don't even try. They got it. Like they got it. Being black in America is exhausting. It's like you never get a fair chance. You never do. And then when you try to get a fair chance to explain your situation or to explain your experience, you're always gaslit. People always want to tell you that your experience is not what it is. Oh, maybe it wasn't like that. Oh, maybe she didn't mean it like that. Oh, that's just the way she talks. I don't
see what I'm saying. This is exactly what I was saying. And these the people that's working the job with you. They will protect the other people that's working the job and try to tell you you don't know what you're talking about. Well, that person ain't. Man, shut the hell up, bro. Miss me with all that. Miss me with all that. With all of it. That's why I
give a fuck if that's the way she talks. Don't fucking talk to me like that.
Exactly.
Like it's just crazy. It's just yo, being black in America is exhausting because y'all want so much from us. Y'all want our rhythm, but don't want our blues. Everybody want to be black until it's time to be black. That's the thing. Everybody want to be black.
Hey, that's me too. I ain't gonna lie, right? I ain't gonna lie, right? Cause like with my job, right? You know, cause it was like almost like I thought they was starting us off at one pay, but once I started working, I seen they started off at another pay, right? And you know, I hear people saying, okay, yeah, I love this. You know, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna be here for like 10, 20 years or whatever, right? And you know, somebody told me they was there for 2 years and they only got $1.25 raise. And then my daughter's 16. She went to go get a job at a fast food restaurant. She's gonna be making like $3 more than what I was making. I said, man, you got me twisted. Bro, I'm done with this. I quit. I quit. And y'all don't understand when black people quit, it's different than white folks. When we quit, we I ain't putting in no note. I ain't no recognition or all that shit. I'm not even look. When I'm gone, I'm gone. I'm gone. When you call my phone, I'm not answering. If I'm not answering, that lets you know I'm done. I'm not calling y'all and say, hey man, I don't think I'm gonna be here anymore. No. I'm just done. I'm on to the next. Period, point blank. I don't care whatever you want to call it fire. You want to call it put whatever you want down on there. But I'm not talking to you no more. I'm done. I'm
Black until it's time to be black. And then these
finished.
same women and same men that disregard black people and black experiences are the same ones that want to be in relationships
Don't be
with
like
black
me.
people. Like it blows my mind. It really, really does.
Always.
But it's just being black in America is exhausting. It really is, because y'all want us to be quiet. Y'all want us to be target practice. Y'all want us to be your freaking basketball players and your entertainers and your freaking court
All that. Still at work, they want you to be that. Yeah, I'm proud of them too. Man, I'm telling you.
jesters, your clowns.
Proud about you.
And it's so crazy because although it's so frustrating at times to be black in America and to live in this black body and have these black
Words and
experiences that
definitions have meaning.
non-black
Yeah,
people
all of them.
sometimes so often want to gaslight me with and gaslight me about, I still would not rather be anything other than black.
Hey, 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 it'd be hella funny, right? Because when you leave, like, you know, like friends that you made, like, you know, black dudes that was like people that I made friends with on the job was calling me, hey man, where you been? I answer they calls. Hey, what you mean where I've been? Bro, I've been chilling. You feel me? I've been chilling, doing my own thing. You feel me? I'm done. You feel me? Like it's weird, bro. Like even some of the stuff that happened, you like it was a cool job and everything, but yeah, mm-mm. The one before that, I just left. They owed me money. I didn't even go. I don't even want it. I said I don't even want it. I was gone. Calling me like, where you at? You're not coming. No, don't even call me. I'm done. I'm done. You feel me? Like we take too much shit from people. Like as black people, we take too much stuff, and then we got to turn around and explain why we don't want to be here no more. You know why I don't want to be here. Why I gotta explain it. Then if we get together and we say, hey man, they don't pay us enough. Hey y'all, we need to come together. Boy, everybody get quiet, get to walking away. You feel me? Like no, bro. Like no, hold on. You feel me? Like y'all robots. I feel like everybody. I feel like a lot of people. When you get to a job, you be turned into a fucking robot. You be out there like this. I am this job. You don't even be yourself no more. You don't know how. Because you're trying to be what they told you got to be while you're there, which I mean, I understand because you got to make your money. But at the same time, bro, we need to learn how to respect each other and try to help each other out in the same way. And we don't do that. We don't do that. It's like kind of weird. But it's all right. It is what it
One of the
is.
most difficult and exhausting things about being black in this country, but especially during times like this, is seeing how frequently you stand alone when you ride for everybody else.
Say, stop complaining to your doctors. FYI, healthcare treatment is based on comparison 40 to a 42, 40 something white males. Ain't that some shit? That's you know what? It's wild, right? Because even when it comes to healthcare, you know, like a lot of our black women get into healthcare and no lie, they see things. They see things that they don't talk about, and the reason they don't talk about it is because they're working in that industry or in that field, and they don't want to say it. Like when like my wife being in healthcare and the job that she had. You feel me? And the stuff that she was sending me pictures of what they was feeding the our elders that were in the nursing home and how they were doing them. Like sometimes, bro, these people, like when you put your one of your elders in a nursing home, bro, it's like they get put in there just to die because the people are not taking care of them right. If it's not the right place, bro, they'll make it good for when you come in there and see. But if you actually talk to somebody that's working there, bro, it's the same thing. You just your elder just be another bed space and another check that you feel me, and even more gonna get paid out if they pass away. Like this shit be crazy as hell. Like, and I don't know why there's not somebody running around going to all these healthcare places actually checking them out. I mean, coming in undercover and just looking at them, like, because a lot of them it's just not cool. It's not cool. I can't wait till somebody breaks stories on that shit. And a lot of y'all out there that are, what is it, NAs, SAs, whatever they call them, you feel me? The nurses, y'all know what I'm talking about. I bet y'all know what I'm talking about. Anybody that worked in the nursing field, I guarantee you they got a couple of stories about the place they worked at to where it just wasn't right. And they didn't like it because of the way the facility was being ran.
Difficult and exhausting things about being black in this country, but especially during times like this, is seeing how frequently you stand alone when you ride for everybody else. Black people voted in the greatest percentage against Trump, and even though he ran on deportations in all three of his campaign cycles, which did not, still isn't affecting black people, we still showed the most support against him in those policies. Deportation doesn't affect us, and still we voted against him and his policies, knowing that they would affect everyone else more than us. We literally rode for y'all harder than you rode for yourselves. Yet so many of you have spoken up against every pro-black.
Yeah, everything we did, they spoke up against. But I can't wait till people start coming out with stories about them nursing homes. I'll tell you. And I know a lot of nurses don't want to which is wild, because when something is going on, a nurse is supposed to say something, period. But they don't, because they don't want to lose their job.
Safety, empowerment, civil rights, peace movement that we've had, at least my lifetime. And don't get me wrong, there have been plenty of you who supported, and you already know I'm not talking to or about you. I'm talking about people like the Latinos that voted for Trump and sang songs about it, and then when their abuelas got deported are like, well, where are the black people standing up for us? Though, where's the Kamala crowd? The group that still listens to this administration of idiots and somehow blames Barack Obama for shit that's going on right now. So consistently, this country has shown black people that being black means to be in everyone else's corner but have no one in yours. And the most frustrating part remains the reality, the knowledge that we're going to still keep fighting, not just for you, but for us as well, because we know that injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. And if one of us isn't free, then none of us are free, despite how frustrating it is for us that y'all can't get that through your fucking skulls. One of the most difficult and exhausting things about being black in this country, but especially during times like this, is seeing.
All right, on track.
Being black in America is exhausting. You know what I'm saying? It is freaking exhausting. And this is something that black people have been going through since the day that they was born. And you see a lot of black people that discuss, these incidents where, they're racially profiled, where they're being pulled over for no reason, where they're being followed in the stores, where they're at a restaurant and the waitresses is ignoring them. It really is exhausting. You know what? And it takes an effect on your self-esteem. It takes an effect on your health, because you're constantly always worried about somebody staring at you, watching you, profiling you. It's exhausting. You know what I'm saying? We can never just be in this world and live, how we want to, stress-free. We're constantly looking over our backs and stuff like that. And it's even more exhausting being a black woman. But yeah, black America is tired. We are sick and freaking tired. You know what? Being black.
We tired, but we gonna push on.
Once again,
Why did I just get dinner with my coworker and I was showing her like different men that I've talked to or am actively talking to? She was like, wow, these men are so attractive. Like, do you go outside of BET Studios or Def Jam Records to find them? Bitch, what? Did you just call me a monkey?
Oh my God, man. What the hell? She said, YT people, and they're called Cassidy. Like, what the hell? Like, this type of stuff they be saying. See if it's cool for them to say that. No, it's not.
Hey y'all, Professor Mama here. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this, but I'm just driving to work. Traffic is, traffic per usual. It's a Monday. I left maybe 10 minutes later, and that's just messing with me. Anyways, I get my hair done wrong, so don't judge me. Anyways, I wanted to hop on because I was just, on my phone, even though I'm not supposed to be, don't be on your phone when you're driving. But again, it's bumper to bumper. And I saw this post, and I just think, so I'm going to start with saying being Black in America is exhausting. Someone who is a professor in Black studies and Africana studies, and we talk about the things and the systems that have been set in place to continue to put us at not the forefront, right? To just try to dismantle Black families and all of these things, right? It's just exhausting. I'm exhausted. And this election, I'm so glad when it's over, because the folks that are coming out and the racist things they're saying, like, it's so exhausting. It's just exhausting. I just saw a video of, I guess, Dr. Phil is a Trumper. And he's talking about DEI and how it just shouldn't exist. And people have to just fucking work hard because, there's no systems in place to, be against Black people. And I'm summing up because I didn't watch it. I'm going to tell you right now. I just read a piece of it because Dr. King's daughter reposted it because he brought up Dr. King. And why would you do that, right? And so in my mind, I'm like, the only reason that man's famous is because of a Black woman. Only reason, right? But it's just so exhausting that, the other man that was talking about Puerto Rico, it's exhausting that these white folks get up here and talk about all of these things. And it's like, I feel like everything I'm teaching about, we living in, like, yes, some stuff was 50, 60 years ago, but we're living this shit right now.
Exactly.
Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. There is no perfect candidate. There isn't. There's not. I love Obama. Obama was not perfect, right? But what I will say is I will never stand for racism, misogyny, sexism. I will never stand with that. And if anybody stands with that, I don't even know why you would even be in the same space with me ever in life. These people are blatant racists. Period. There's nothing else to say. They are blatant racists. And I'm telling you, it's just exhausting. Like, I'm in tears on my way to work because I'm just like...
Ain't that, like, think about that though, right? You mad on your way to work because you got to go deal with these dumbass people. And then when you get off, you be happy. You be, woo-wee, it's over. I made it through another day. You feel like a superhero at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you feel like a superhero. Like, what the hell?
I think we've come far. And I don't think we've come far. I think we've come far in, our history and learning out our history.
That's how I feel.
But I don't think they ever gonna get it. And that's okay. Because a long time ago, one of my professors told me that my job is not to convince the minds of white supremacists. My job is to teach the truth and to make sure that our children know the truth. And so again, I don't like getting on these people internet crying, but being Black in America is exhausting. It's beautiful and exhausting all at the same time.
All at the same. It's
Aren't
the
you?
most beautiful. It's the most beautiful ugly ever. You feel me? Because it's beautiful who we are, but then it's just ugly the way they try to treat us or downplay us. Like it's just ugly. But I'm glad we talking about it now. We ain't just accepting it because it was a time to where we couldn't even talk about these things. You couldn't even bring it up. And like I said, like it's still though, I always feel dumb even bringing it up to them because it's like they know what they doing. And like for us to have to tell you what you're doing, like you don't know right from wrong. I see why people need religion because people really don't know these. Like if like who taught you right from wrong? Like you don't know right from wrong. I gotta teach you right from wrong. Like I have to teach you a grown ass person that. No, I don't. It's just you're wrong. You like being wrong. You like being evil. You like doing the shit you do. That's it. They like
Have
it.
a great Monday.
They love it.
Believing that we can have generational trauma and not generational fatigue is crazy to me because yes, niggas is quite literally fucking tired. Niggas have been tired since the beginning of fucking time. Niggas have been tired for hundreds of years. Niggas was tired before we was even born. Like, let's be for real because we've been fighting against the motherfucking system that was literally never even built for us and that keeps fighting against us when we try to make change within said system. So yes, motherfuckers is tired. What the fuck is you talking about? Oh, y'all only tired of caring. Nigga, yes, we're tired of fucking caring because we've been caring for too long and nobody gave a fuck. So yes, we're tired of fucking caring. You don't have to be out in the motherfucking front lines, literally risking your life or organizing protests and shit
Just
like that
trying
to
to
be
make
fucking
it.
tired. It's draining being black in America, let alone this motherfucking world. So how dare a motherfucker sit there and talk about all y'all doing is y'all tired of caring, you're tired of voting? My nigga, it's all exhausting.
And tell her she cursing too much. No, bitch, I'm tired. I'm tired. So it's when we get to talking like this, and then they say, "Well, you're kind of, you're reaching, you're being this, you're being, listen, the different words that they say when we just come out and we just get angry. You're like, it's okay for you to be that way though, but when I get angry about it after telling you, you know what you're doing. Now, I have issues. Nah,
No
I
matter
don't.
how you put it, it's all exhausting going out there
I
trying to
don't.
fight. It's all
Because
exhausting
we
trying to
put up
push
with
for
this.
change. It's all exhausting.
We put up with we say, okay, we put up with this bullshit every day. No, we've been putting up with this bullshit for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. We've been putting up with it.
Voting because no matter what you vote, who you vote for, which way,
Potty mouth.
one way or the other, it don't matter because as a nigga, they don't give a fuck about none of us and none of this shit matters for us anyway. We only voting to make their lives easier, their lives better. So
Exactly.
yes, this shit is exhausting as fuck. We are tired of voting. We are tired of caring because none of it, not doing anything in this fucking country, it doesn't make change for any of us. We can fight, we can burn shit down, we can do it the right way, we can do it the wrong way. None of it fucking matters. So yes, motherfucker, it's exhausting. Bye, TikTok.
Hey, she's very well spoken. She's very well spoken. I like the way she said that. I love the way she
So I
said
just
that.
duetted a video. I don't think duetted is a word. I just did a
Never
duet
been off.
with a video where there's a woman who is Jewish who supplied her
Mentally
reasoning
tired.
on what she thought Whoopi Goldberg was
Yeah.
saying.
A lot of people don't understand
And
that.
I think what she was saying was even better that she said what she said because it actually describes why it describes a number of things. It describes
We're
why
not gonna stop.
um,
We're not gonna
Jewish
stop.
is not a race, which also supplies factual basis on what Whoopi was saying was that the Holocaust was not about racism. It also supplies reasoning um, behind how this lady knows how to apply facts to a statement before trying to be offended. I'm honestly tired of America. I love America as far as what America is supposed to represent, as far as what America is supposed to stand for, as far as what people think
Stop fighting for other
America
people.
is. But I am tired of what America is. I really am. if you study the history, and I mean the accurate history, not what's taught
Since
to you in
before
schools,
any of us was born.
America is one of the most hypocritical countries ever. It's the most hypocritical. Case in point,
family.
Another reason why, and I think what is the focus is how the Holocaust is always compared to American slavery, Jim Crow, the whole reason why the civil rights movement was needed, and what we see every day on television now, even though people try to rationalize it.
Yeah, be trying to rationalize. He said, I wear my FBA shirt around all these white folks. I wear mine too. It's this right here. As soon as they see this, they already know. You feel me? As soon as I start talking, they already know. It's right here. It's embedded in me. It's me. I can't help it. That's me. Period. That's just me. It's just they see it as soon as I step in the room. Like period.
Jewish people first are not a race. They're an ethno-religious group.
Wow.
I'm kind of iffy even about adding the word ethnic to it, because I think that's applied to try to make it even more relative to what we're discussing. But all in all, man, I'm not even gonna go there. All in all, this lady is awesome. Not even because I agree with her, but because she is intelligent. And I've been seeing a lot of ignorant, racist, and white supremacist people responding to the situation. And I believe now in America, we're seeing that racism and white supremacy is becoming even more blatant than it ever has in the past 20 years. It's becoming more blatant.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Because we'll say that. It ain't becoming more blatant. It's always been this. We just can record it and show people, and we talking about it now. It's the same. It never changed. You just can see it now because of social media and YouTube and TikTok and all these other things. You can see it now. It can be shown. Back then it wasn't. Now it can be shown. So now we're not just seeing it, like their own people are seeing it. And it's crazy because, like I'm going to say it again, bro, I feel stupid because they've been seeing it within their families forever. They've been seeing it. They just didn't say nothing because they was reaping the benefits of it. They was reaping the rewards of it. They was getting the money off of it. So that's why they wouldn't say nothing, because just like, I don't want to give up my position as not having to deal with that. Or you feel me? I don't want to get pushed out the car. You feel me? Of getting this bread that I'm getting from this happening, or being on this job that I'm getting paid from, and now I start supporting them, and now my people gonna stop liking me. And y'all know what y'all people was doing. Y'all been knowing. Like that's the part that I hate. And then when we say it, y'all want to act like you knew. Oh, for real, that happened? Like, bitch, you know it was happening. You knew it was happening. You heard your people talking about this stuff behind closed doors, being racist behind closed doors. You've been hearing it. It's not nothing new to you. So why do they be acting surprised when somebody say something?
Being black in America is exhausting.
Crazy, bro.
It is absolutely exhausting. I am a light-skinned black woman, and I don't even know how exhausting it is. The nurse is picking his next travel assignment. Now, we both decided that this time around, we're going to find somewhere different, like mountains, deserts, small town, just something outside of city life. So he gets a position for South Dakota, did the interview. They liked him. They offered him the job. The first thing that he did once he was offered this position was go online to see if he could find a barber. I never have to think about that. He goes on this app, and the app shows the closest barber is 3 hours away from where this hospital is. In my head, I'm thinking, damn, I'm going to have to learn how to cut hair. In his head, that's a red flag. He's a black man. Then he goes to look up the census of the town and where this hospital is. Very small town. 0 black people. Not 0.1, not 0.02, 0. In this town, there are no black people. I said jokingly, I guess we're going to stand out like a sore thumb. His instant reply was, no, we won't, because we're not going. What you mean we're not going? We can have fun. And he gently reminds me, do you not recall all these stories I tell you that I have to deal with when going to work here in Atlanta with racism? Can you imagine an entire town like that?
Yeah, exactly.
He shut that whole conversation down. We're not going. Next. I'll renew before we have to go there. So then I call my mom on FaceTime, right? And I'm telling my mom the situation in South Dakota. Like, oh, we found this really good place in South Dakota, small town. She's like, oh, that'll be fun. Yeah, we can't go because there's 0 black people. And without missing a beat, my mom said, oh, well, that was a really good idea, but you're not going. My mom is a black woman. She's a black nurse. She's a black traveling nurse. I said, wait a minute, hold on. And he's in the background hearing this conversation like, hell yeah, your mama knows. Your mom knows exactly what's up. No, we're not going. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. We know he could be the first. That would be fun. My mom said, being the first is okay. Being the only is not. Are there any black people going with you guys? No. Then you're not going.
Exactly.
I called my sister earlier. She calls me back. I'm just giving her the lay of the land of what's going on in my life. Yeah, we were going to go to South Dakota, but they have 0 black people. And before I could finish the sentence good, my sister said, looks like y'all not going there. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. My sister's not mixed like me.
Hey, it's crazy, right? Because I went to South, where was it? So I think it was Twin Falls, Idaho. It seemed like I was the only black dude there. You feel me? That's what back then I had a gold grill and everything, and like I went out there for a wedding, and in the wedding I was the only black dude at the wedding, and I'm like, dang, this is just different. Like it was trippy as hell. Matter of fact, I took my son. My son at the time was like 4 or 5, and like we went to like one of her cousin's house, and we got there. The little kids there, the little white kids, right? Little white kids ran up, and they keep looking at my son like, wait, what the fuck? You feel me? They looking at him, and then the little white boy looked at his mom and said, why he got all that paint on his face? And they like, wait, no, that's his skin color. Like the little kids ain't never been around black kids before. And I'm gonna tell you, right? I thought it was gonna be like, like kind of racist. It wasn't. Like these white people, they took me to the I don't know, they be racing these old cars at the car race, and they be eating French fries. I don't know. It was weird as hell, but it was fun. I didn't have no problems. It seemed like I was the only black dude in that motherfucker. I was like, what the hell is going on? Oh, why he got paint on his face? It's like, bro, y'all ain't never been around black people, like at all. Like, and you got a lot of them towns that's like that. You got a lot of them, but you got some of them you can't go in. You can't go in, period.
My sister is a tennis shoe, t-shirt,
it was
dreadlock wearing
Idaho,
lesbian.
Bro.
Nope, you ain't going there. Me and the nurse sat down and talked for several minutes about the stuff he's gone through being a black male nurse in healthcare. Things like the doctors ignoring him when he's in the room because they just assume he's there to take out the trash. Or he'll be at the nurse's station and patients and doctors won't talk to him. They just talk to the pretty blonde girl next to him and won't say nothing to him. Even after they've been told, no, that's your nurse. Patients touching his hair. Patients tensing up when he walks in the room, pretending like everything is okay. And the moment he steps out, they'll say something nasty or rude or request a different nurse to take care of them. Simply because he's a black man. Not because he did anything wrong. Not because he was out of order. Just because he's a black man. We then went down a list of...
I ain't gonna hold you right. Yeah, a lot of y'all light-skinned black people, y'all don't go through the shit we go through as being dark-skinned. Like, you feel me? Like, I don't think y'all even get the same treatment that we get as being like dark like me. Like, which I love my skin tone. I love being dark. I'm glad I'm the only kid that my mom had that was this dark, to tell the truth. I'm like the only one, but I don't think y'all go through what we go through. It's crazy. It's crazy.
He has had to turn down
It's different. It's totally
for assignments because he has to always think about racism first.
Yep.
Keep in mind, this is my mom. This is my man. This is my sister. This is my community. And I, just listening to them and then maneuvering their life like they're prey is draining to my soul and spirit. I don't even have to think about these things.
Man,
but they have to constantly. So when people say there's no racism in America, there's no racism in your America. In your America. Because the America that a lot of folks live in,
it is. They just blinded to it, or they want to act like they don't see it.
It's not the same.
It's there.
It's not the same.
It's everywhere.
We can't go to South Dakota.
Yeah, like just like she blinded. Exactly. Just like she blinded.
Because my man is scared that something's gonna happen to him simply because he's black.
And look, this is the crazy part. We don't be scared that something's gonna happen to us. We just know, like, I'm beating went to jail because somebody's gonna do something or say something. It's gonna be outlandish, and then I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be in trouble because I know I'm a Flash. So it don't be that we scared, because come on now, bro, we live, like, I done walked in every gang hood in California. We ain't never scared. We just know, like, what we got to deal with is going to fly us off the hinge. And then when we got to protect ourselves, we still going to be the aggressor, no matter what goes down. Even if it's their fault, we're going to be the aggressor.
Boy, I'll tell y'all something. I was just, thinking about something, because this shit be on my mind heavily. A lot of the stress and stuff, all the defeat and, that Black Americans go through in this country, has to do with the stress of just being in America, all the, the systemic racism and, the constant, it's just a lot of shit that Black Americans go through on a daily basis just being in America. And I honestly wish that I just had superpowers. I wish that I had superpowers to get my people up out of here, for real, because I love my people. I love being Black. I love being a Black American. But this world that we live in, this bubble that we live in, is just not for us. It's not for us. Boy, I'll tell y'all something.
Black people truly have no allies in this world. I'm an altruistic person at my core, and I truly believe that there can always be a change and a room to educate people. Why I make the kind of videos that I make. But I just saw this girl go on a 6-minute rant about how a group of Black Americans went to Palestine with her, where they shared with her and the group that they were experiencing racism from the Palestinians, to which she insinuated they should have accepted the behavior. They should have shut up about the behavior instead of playing up oppression Olympics.
Because I was so excited to go on this trip with Black Americans. But during the trip, it felt like some people were too busy playing oppression Olympics. Some people in the group were too busy victimizing themselves, that the only comments I heard come out of this person's mouth about Palestine and Palestinians were negative. Were about how racist we are. Were about how slavery persisted until the 20th century in Palestine, which is such an uneducated taker, and talked all this shit about how racist Palestinians are. Did not hesitate to pose in front of a ginormous George Floyd mural. Because if I was somebody else, if I haven't already done so much work for the Black community, if I didn't already have a deep understanding of racial dynamics, this entire experience might have pushed me away from the Black community.
Yup.
My grandma used to always tell me, if the story doesn't make sense, then it's definitely a lie. So there's things missing in context in her whole story. But instead of actually listening to Black people, because Black people do not claim racism for no reason, contrary to what you've all been socialized to believe, if a Black person says that somebody's racist, they actually have experienced racism. The anti-Blackness that exists within the Arab community is loud. It's always been loud. This is the same issue we had when this conflict started, where people lack the ability to understand more than one thing can be true, and intersectionality is real. Black people can absolutely stand up for what they believe in and prioritize ourselves first as an oppressed group and still support others. Now, with the history of anti-Blackness within the Arab community, slavery within the Arab community with Black people, the way they treat Black people in the region and domestically in America, rightfully so, a Black person would have preconceived notions about how Arabs treat us. But when that's reinforced by the actual treatment of racism towards us, we're going to say it out loud. Black people are not going to conform and just accept racism. And you're asking people to just accept how they're treated, and they should have been quiet about how they're treated. Come on, let's be fucking for real right now. Two things can be true. And the fact that people don't understand this concept blows my mind. Palestinians can absolutely be occupied, can absolutely live under oppression, and Black people can absolutely be one of the most hated groups of people in the world, no matter where we are.
We are that.
Even from oppressed people.
Yeah, I just said they don't want you to say anything. Like, even the ones that you be with, they don't want you to speak on it when it's happening. It's like, no, just kind of be quiet right now. Let's get through this. It's like, what you mean? I shouldn't even have to say nothing. You should be speaking up because you seeing it, you witnessing.
A George Floyd mural that Black people saw in Palestine, regardless of the fact that if they said that they were experienced racism or not, what are they going to do? They can't disappear. We're in Palestine. Black people experience racism from the time we wake up, the time we go to sleep, but we still have to live our lives. And you being a non-Black person who visibly can blend into white people, you will never understand that concept ever in your life.
Ever.
You also can't speak on behalf of Afro-Palestinians because you're not them. Lastly, you said if you were anyone else, this would have wavered your support of Black people and Black issues. That means you're not an ally to begin with.
Exactly, because I guarantee you she done heard her people say stuff. I guarantee you she done heard her people say stuff about Black people. And she act like it wasn't there. And she won't, I bet you she ain't talking about
If
that.
you don't have the ability to learn and or try to listen and or try to educate those people why what they were doing was an issue for you or maybe your community, then you don't deserve to be around Black people. You just don't. I'm sorry.
And, hey, I guarantee you. No, what she went back and said, now I see why you don't like Black people. I'm with you guys. At first I was for them, but now I understand. That's what she went back to her people and said. Guarantee you.
So I've been living in LA for about almost 2 years. Being a Black girl in LA is not for the fucking weak. Okay. I thought LA was progressive. I find that there is so much microaggression. There is so much racism. Like, if I'm gonna be real. The people I've met in California, though, I will say, are the most genuine, top-notch people. And I find that the people that, like, have grown here their whole lives, natives, are chef's kiss. They're fucking...
It'd be funny because everybody think that. And, like, they be wanting to move to L.A. because they think L.A. is Hollywood itself. And it's like, you get there, you get that wake-up call.
Beautiful people. But it's the transplants. It's like the people who have come from other states. And I know I'm one to talk because I'm a transplant technically and from New York, but it's, again, different because I'm already, if the interactions out here are so stuffy, it's so stuffy. And I feel like everyone's really embarrassed or they're like putting on a front. It's weird. I go to a pretty high-end gym. Every interaction with any of the women there seems like they're embarrassed. For instance, I was on Stairmaster today and I was vibing out. I was listening to a music set on YouTube and I was trying to get my intervals in and just fucking in the zone, right? So I'm dancing, like I'm legit bopping and like moving and like just in my own world. And the lady sitting next to me was just like looking at me like, is she okay? That's the look I was getting from her. And I just kept thinking in my head,
Yeah, this is what I was saying the other day about, I don't know, they just don't like when we be ourselves. Like especially when we in the zone. You just, you bobbing to music, even if you somewhere and you talking loud, how you talk, they don't like it. They don't like nothing we do. Like that's just some of them. I ain't all of them, but enough of them. They don't like shit we do. Period.
everyone is so fucking embarrassed. It's like, I don't get it. I be me regardless, but the microaggressions, the racism in LA, and just feeling like I stick out like a sore thumb. It's just exhausting being a Black girl in LA. So I've been living in
You don't see that shit is everywhere. It ain't just LA. But here my wife being from Oakland hates when I go on how California politicians ruin the FBA communities in California. Oh man. Yeah, you know what's funny though? Like I'm gonna tell you, right? It get to a point to where you can't get mad no more. You only can laugh at the bullshit. Like gay people get more respect than us. I'm just saying. Gay people get more respect than us. They can gay parade all over the United States. You feel me? We can't black parade all over the United States, but gay parades can pop up everywhere. You feel me? Like they get more respect than us. Like they've been through more than what we've been through. I'm just saying, this should be. You can't do nothing but laugh nowadays. You feel me? That's it. Like I'ma laugh and I'ma talk shit at the same time while I'm laughing because y'all is funny. Y'all know what you're doing. We don't got to tell you no more. We keep telling you you ain't been listening. But it's like weird because I'm going to say it again. It's like they know it's going on. They see it in their own family. It's going on in their own family. Their own family do it. Their uncles, their grandpas, their grandmas, they do it. They racist. They already know this. That's why I said this. I said, when our kids go to school, right, with some of these little kids, and these little kids get mad, the first thing they do is call your child the N-word. Where's they getting it from? Who they getting that from? They getting it from their parents. And their parents passing it on generation after generation. As soon as we say something, it's like we the problem. We the problem. We teach our kids how to fight. Our kids be whooping their ass and stuff like that, and then our kid becomes the problem. Our kid will become the problem because, okay, you want to make it okay to say that. Now when one of our kids punch them in their mouth, now all of a sudden we're the aggressor. Well, you didn't have to do. Well, he didn't have to say that shit. You feel me? My kids ain't going for none of that. I don't. Not my youngest. Ain't going for none of that. They all know how to fight. They all know how to fight. I hate to say it. Period. Point blank. But on that note, I'm about to be out of here. I'm gonna take like an hour break. I got this. So hopefully, done with this other video, so I can show you how these Africans feel about us and what they be saying about us, which I know a lot of y'all know. But yeah, this is them doing it real time today. So hopefully they done so we can go check this out. And then give me like an hour or so. I'll be back. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. If you ain't subbed up, sub up. And thanks for the ones that got that signed up for the channel subscription. Because I don't even be asking about that. I don't be asking about donations. I don't care about none of that shit. You feel me? As long as you liking the video and you here. If you feel like you want to donate, okay, that's cool. But long as you here and you just liking the videos, that be enough. But I ain't turning down donations. I think the ones that have donated, I don't want to feel like you just did it, and you don't get no love for it because you do. Everybody is appreciated no matter what. So thank you. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace out. Have a good one.